Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Alyssa and this is my third week, well, going into my third week of nursing school, and I had a lot of questions of like how I take my notes, how I've been like working through things in nursing school, because I know it is a lot and I was very overwhelmed in my last video. And thank you guys so much for leaving me comments and like giving me some encouragement. I definitely needed it. I was having a rough first week of school, but the second week is going way better, and I think it's because I finally figured out how I like to do my notes and how I want them to look and how to like take them. I'm still like working out the kinks, but I basically have it down. So I wanted to quickly show you guys how I've been doing that and how mine look, in case any of you guys want to know, or if it helps you guys at all any. But yeah, let's just jump on in. Actually, before we do that, I quickly just wanted to say thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. I was shocked. Honestly, I did not think that my channel was gonna get this big. I can't believe 1,000 people watch me, and like that's not even like in the grand scheme of like YouTube, that's not even like a lot, but like to me that's huge. I can't believe 1,000 people watch my videos. That is insane. But I really just wanted to say thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. This is something that I've wanted to do for literally forever, and it was super nerve-wracking to start, and I really didn't know where I like fit into YouTube, I guess. Like, I love doing makeup, and I really, this is my whole life right now, is nursing school, and I really love doing these nursing school videos for you guys. I feel like I found like my group of people. I love everybody that leaves me comments and likes my videos and watches them. You guys are literally the sweetest people I've ever talked to. I'm not gonna say met because we haven't met before, but yeah, you guys are literally the sweetest, and I love every single comment I get. It makes me so happy. I love talking to you guys. It's so great. And yeah, I'm just so excited to see where this journey takes us. I know that a lot of us are nursing students, and yeah, I can't wait to go through this whole big mess of nursing school with you guys, and I'm just so thankful for you guys. But yeah, there's my sappy moment. Let's jump on into the video. So like I said, I had a lot of people ask me how I study, well, how I take my notes. I haven't really had my first test yet. I think my first test is in like 2-ish weeks. I have to check, but I'm not sure. But I have a couple of like tips, I guess you could say, for being 2 weeks in. Basically what I've been doing is, there is a lot of reading that goes along with nursing school. I knew that going in. I did not expect it to be this much, and I kind of like dove in head first on the first week, and now I've kind of like gotten the grasp of like what I actually need to read and stuff like that. So basically what I've been doing is, I have a bunch of books, but my fundamentals book, which is this bad boy right here, and my health assessment book, which is up in like a binder, they basically cover the same thing. So really I need to just read my fundamentals book and skim through my skills like / health assessment book, because they're both basically like the same concept. I feel like all of my classes right now are doing the same thing, so they all kind of correlate together, and I think they did that on purpose. I would hope so. But yeah, basically what I did my first week was I read the entire first chapter of fundamentals, and I think that was chapter 29, which is vitals, and it took me around 5 days. I definitely don't recommend doing that. You're not gonna have enough time to do that. I realized that very quickly. And I tried to read like everything. For right now, my farm is pretty simple. Well, it's not simple, it's hard, but we only have like a couple of paragraphs to read at a time right now, which is very nice compared to 40 pages of vital signs. But what I learned is that my health assessment book and my fundamentals book basically go over the same thing, and if I read my fundamentals book pretty in depth, I only really need to skim my skills book, which is super nice. And I also learned this week that on Evolve, if you guys use Evolve, you can print out the key concepts for each chapter of this book, and how the assessment, I believe all of them actually, to be honest with you. I'll have to check in on that. But I learned that you can print off the key concepts for each chapter, which is going to make my life so much easier this week, because I have another like 35 or 40 pages to read, which takes a really long time. So basically what I've been doing is I will read the textbook, my huge fundamentals book. I will skim my other health assessment book, and then obviously read for concepts because that's a whole different thing, and read for pharm. And while I'm reading, I will take notes on my laptop. I have strictly been taking notes on my laptop. I don't write out my notes. It takes too long. I have terrible handwriting. I can't even read it. And my iPad, I don't know, honestly. I feel like just using my laptop has been helping me way more. I feel like it's because I'm so used to it that I really just like having it and using my Word on there. So I will show you guys how I make my like outlines in a second, but that's basically what I've been doing. The first week I tried to highlight everything, and that did not work for me at all. I don't learn that way. I learn by doing things, and I learn by listening. So that was a no-go for me. That did not help me in any sort of way. But I have now been laying my book like right here next to me, and then on this side over here I will have my laptop, and while I'm reading I'll write down things that I think are important, things that are in the key concepts, boxes, you know, like how in textbooks you have like boxes that important things are in, like the normal ranges for adults, for all of the vital signs. I like to have those and make sure that I include those. But yeah, basically that's what I've been doing, is reading and typing at the same time. First week I went way too above and beyond, and read the whole entire chapter. Don't do that. That's a lot of work, and you're not going to get it done in time, and you're just going to be super overwhelmed for no reason. But yeah, so that's basically how I take my notes. I also have online assignments. I don't know if you guys use SurePath, but we use SurePath. I have notes on those. As I'm reading the PowerPoint, I'll write out notes just to make sure that I'm not forgetting anything, and I have those for me while I'm taking the like end of the PowerPoint, I guess, quizzes, just so I can reference back. I have videos that I have to watch for skills. I think I have like 10 this week, but I take notes on those. I actually print out those notes though. If you guys use Evolve, there's a little like printout version of all the steps, just so I can follow along with the videos, and then anything they say extra, I will write it down on the sides. What else do I do? I think that's it, honestly. I feel like that pretty much covers how I do my notes. It's really simple right now just because I haven't had an exam yet, but that's basically how I've been doing everything, and I will show you guys my outline like I said. But it also helps to tab out your books. These are my first 2 weeks. I have to tab out my third week, but it just helps make sure that you know like what chapter you're doing, what week, because I tend to get really confused between concepts, pharm, skills, and skills lab. There's a lot of reading to do, and it just helps me a lot to have tabs so that I am not reading the same thing 4 times. So in my big binder, I have my notes printed out. So because I went above and beyond my first week, this is 22 pages long. So fun. But this is kind of what it looks like. I'll get way in depth in a minute. But what I'm going to do is actually go through and highlight eventually like the headings, the subheadings, and the subheadings. I don't know what those are called, but just to make sure that I can like clearly see like what goes with what, because I know that sometimes it gets a little jumbled all in here. So I'll highlight them in different highlighters and make sure that they are very clearly different sections. But I like to have these printed out just because I tend to not learn very well off of a computer or a laptop. It is very hard for me to focus or to like actually read things out in on my laptop, iPad, stuff like that. That's just me. That's why I have printed versions of my textbooks, because if I'm gonna read something online, I'm gonna skim it. I don't know what it is about my brain. It just does not want to learn like that. So I have to print them out just so I can see them in front of me, and it just helps me learn. Okay, so now for the fun part of how I actually do my notes. I'm going to like flip you guys around so I can show you guys my textbook and my laptop at the same time. So this is my chapter on vital signs, and over here I have it pulled up on my laptop. This is my outline for vital signs right here. Hopefully that's not blurry for you guys. So basically what I do is I like to take these, how they bold their stuff, and kind of put it into my own. And these like boxes is kind of what I was talking about earlier. And I'll show you guys that in a second. But this is basically how I decide how I want to organize my notes. It's all based on my book and how my book is set up. So in here, I will show you guys how I set this up. So I go to Word, I open a new document, and then from here, I will keep it on the body of Calibri. I don't know how to say that, but I will make it a 12-point font or an 11-point font. Go to layout, I go to margins, and I like the narrow margins just because I feel like I can get way more on the page. And then I center this, and I will write the title up here. Can you guys see that? I think that's better. So for my title, I will write down what book it's from, fundamentals, oops, what chapter it is, chapter 29, and what's inside of it, so vitals. And then I go back, and basically what I do for right here is I will look at all of the big headings, the blue ones with the line underneath it, and I will write that down in here. So I'm not going to put a bullet point right here. It's going to have its own line. So that was body, oops, body temperature, and then I'm just going to tab down, and this is where I would start my bullet points. But I don't like it that it's like right underneath here. So I'm going to tab backwards, and it's going to be directly underneath this paragraph, because a lot of my stuff will have some information. Let's just say the next one is physiology, and then I start writing about the physiology. And in case you guys didn't see it, physiology is directly underneath, and it is green. So I will write anything that's right here up until this point. So let's just say a high body temperature, oops, is bad. And then here, after I'm done writing what else is in the rest of that text, I will move down, and I will make a subheading for body temperature regulation. So here we will write body temp regulation, and write whatever, let's just say thermo regulation is a part of this. And then from here, we're going to talk about neural and vascular control. And write about that. Let's say the hypothalamus controls body temp. So that's basically kind of how my outlines look. I just like to have them pretty much organized by the book. I think that's super important for me, because I tend to like to go back to my book and reference in case something I missed or it doesn't make sense in my notes. or if I just need to go back and reference, I like having them underneath each other just so that I know where to look for. So if I need to go figure out what the hypothalamus does, I can know right away that it's underneath body temp, it's underneath physiology, body temp regulation, and it's right underneath neuro and vascular control. So it just makes it super easy, and all of my notes actually look like this. They're all the same, and I will show you guys how I incorporated that box. So this is literally what I just did, or what I just showed you guys. And this right here is that box. So let me show you guys. So this is the box of acceptable ranges for adults. This is all the vital signs, and I just pretty much took this and put it into my notes. So basically I just took that and I gave it its own heading. I added the temperature, Celsius, Fahrenheit, and then I went into a subcategory. And then I went back to pulse. I wrote down everything that was there. And then down here, if you guys can see that, that's basically literally what I was just showing you guys. Body temp gets its own, phys, down here, body temp regulation, and stuff like that. So that's basically how I do my notes. I know it's pretty simple, but it's what's working for me. I also have a test soon. I think it's in like 2 weeks, like I said. So if you guys want to see like how I study, that's a whole different process, and I'm more than happy to do that for you guys. I study a very specific way, especially for nursing school, because I am a kinesthetic learner, so it's a little bit different than what a lot of people do. But yeah, I really like the way that my notes look, and like I said, eventually I will go back through that and highlight the headings and the subheadings and the sub-subheadings so that it's super easy to like look at and glance at and see where everything goes. But yeah, that's basically how I take my notes. I know that was super short and sweet and to the point, but if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave me some comments down below. I am more than happy to answer literally every single comment or question, literally anything that you guys have. Next week, I am super, super, super pumped. I have my first check off. Actually, I feel like I'm more nervous than pumped. It's on vital signs, which is something that I've been doing for a while, but it's still nerve-wracking having to do it in front of your professor. But next week will be a day in my life check off day, because I get to get in my scrubs. I don't actually have to wear my scrubs every single day for lab, so I get to wear my scrubs for the first time, which is super, super exciting, and I get to take people's vitals, which is exciting. So yeah, I'm super, super pumped, and I think the week after that, or 3 weeks from that, is going to be my orientation, so I'll do another video on that. But any video suggestions that you guys have, don't forget to leave them down below, and I will 100% get to them. I pinky promise. I have them all written down actually. But yeah, that's basically how I do my notes. I know it's pretty simple, but it's what's working for me. But that is it for me today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys like seeing all of my notes and how I take them. I know this video is kind of short, but that's how I've been taking my notes so far. I'm sure it'll change, and I will definitely update you guys if it does change. But for now, that's how I'm doing them. Don't forget to like and subscribe and join our 1,000 family. I'm so, so, so pumped still. And yeah, I hope you guys liked today's video, like I said already. And I will see you guys all next week for my first check off. Wish me luck. I'm going to need it. But yeah, I will see you guys all next week. Bye.